Okay, everybody, here we are. We're going to do some note identification to start off the day. It's going to be the packet that talks about matching the corresponding note name with the description. So we're going to look at some descriptions of some notes. I could do it both ways, but I could also see, let's see. Look at number one, the note below the staff. Well, the 5 lines are the staff. So if I zoom in here, and we're looking here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the note below the staff, that note's above the staff. So just below the staff is right here. And this is the note named D, as in David, right? Look at the next one. If I can zoom in, there we go. The note on the second line. Now, the staff has 5 lines, but we number them from the bottom up. So the bottom line is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I was going to make, a label this year, it would be just, 1, 2, 3, 4, numbers 1 through 5. It's not real complicated. Just remember, everything's built from the bottom up. So line 1 is at the bottom. Line 5 is at the top when you're reading notes on the music. So look at number 2, the note on the second line. The note on the second line. Well, this is the note that's below the staff. This is the note that's on the first line. This is the note that's in the first space. And this is the note that's on the second line. Its name is G. Its name is G. Whenever a note's on a line, the line of the staff goes through the note. So this is the note on the second line. Let's find the note on the first line now. We're going to go to number 3. Find the note on the first line. Well, if I go back to my starting point, both of these were below the staff. So both of these notes are below the first line. We want the note on the first line. So if I move it up 1, now I'm on the first line. If I move this guy up 1, now it's on the first line. And if I look at my chart, which one's on the first line? That will be this one right here, E. So there it is. Let's look at the next one. The note on the 5th line, number 4. The note on the 5th line. If this is on the first line, I got to go all the way up. 3rd line, 4th line, 5th line. Watch that again. This note's on the first line. It's got to go to the 2nd line, 3rd line, 4th line, 5th line. And how do I know its name? Well, that's another story. This note that's on this 2nd line is G. And if you know the bag technique says, remember that from class the other day? When you look at the bag technique, you get B, A, G. What's the note above G? A. And then you go forward in your alphabet. So if this is the note G on the 2nd line, and it's actually right over here, here's the note G on your 2nd line. So the bag technique says, and there is the word bag right here, see it? So the bag technique says the note above G is A. The note above A is B. The note above B is C. The note above C is D. The note above D is E. The note above E is F. The note above F is G, right? So let's look at that play out right in front of our eyes here. Let's take these notes back down. If that's the note G, that makes this one A in the 2nd space, this one B on the 3rd line, this one C in the 3rd space, this one D on the 4th line, this one E in the 4th space, and the note on the 5th line is going to be F. There it is. Look, the note on the 5th line was the note F. Number 5, the note in the 4th space. Well, let's start over. Right now, the notes are in the 1st space. The 1st space is the space between the 1st and the 2nd line. The space takes its name from the line below it. So if this is the 1st line, then that's the 1st space. So let's follow this note up. This note is in the first space. Now it's on the second line. Now it's in the second space. Now it's on the third line. Now it's in the third space. But we want the note in the fourth space. Now it's on the fourth line. Now it's in the fourth space. So that's what it looks like. Let's go back to our chart. Zoom in a little bit. Second line, second space, third line, third space, fourth line, fourth space. Its name is E. That was number 5. The note on the third line. So if this note's on the first line and it's E, and this note's on the second line and it's G, and we're using our bag technique, and the bag technique says, what's the name of the note above G? And that makes it A, right? The note above G is A, so there's A right here. And the note above A is B. That's the note on the third line. The note on the third line is the note B. Come back over here. Note on the third line, right letter B. There it is, okay? So let's go back real quick. So we did the note below the staff was the note D. The note on the second line was the note G, which is important because that's the note that treble clef is built on. See the second line over here? The note on the first line is the note E. The note on the fifth line was the note F. The note in the fourth space was the note E. The note on the third line was the note B. Let's put it into a higher gear now. Let's see what happens here. The note in the first space. So if the second line is G, and you use your bag technique, if bag is the trick, and that's forward in the alphabet, this is backwards in the alphabet. So that says if this is G, then the space below it is going to be F. And then you just keep going backwards in your alphabet as you go down further and further and further until you just keep on repeating the cycle. You see it? So the note in the first space is the note. This note's in the first space. It's the note F. Alrighty? The note in the first space is F. It's just about getting used to the lines and the spaces, really. There's 5 lines. And when you draw 5 parallel lines, you create 4 spaces in between those lines. So let's keep going. Here we go. We got 4 more. The note in the second space. The note in the second space. Now, this was F. And we know the note above F is G on the second line. And we know the bag technique tells us the note above G is the note A. That's it. The note in the second space is the note A. The note in the third space. Let's pick up where we just were. We're in the second space on A. All we got to do now is go B followed by C. See how it just climbed up? Look, it was in the second space. It climbed onto the third line. It climbed into the third space. And that's the note C. Excuse me. Let's just keep going from there. The note on the fourth line. If the note in the third space is C, and we're going forward in the alphabet, right? It's over here. C, D. So we're on C when we're in the third space. When we go to the fourth line, the line's going through it. We're on that line. That's the note named D. And the note all the way above the staff. If that's the note D, that makes this E. That makes that F. And this note just sitting above the staff by itself here, just still connected, kind of like a magnet, but sitting on top of everything, is the note G. Well, wait a minute. You said this was G. Down here, the second line. Yeah, but remember, they repeat. So watch. If this is the note G up here, and I'm going to go backwards, and when I go backwards, the image is going to go lower. So what happens in the bag technique when I go lower than G? Oh, it's going to be F, E, D, C, B, A, G. That's why they share the same name. Watch. Look at it again. Bag technique says the note above G is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So get that down on the paper right there. Have that written in so now you can have a better idea about where the note names are in relation to where the music is being written. Just wanted you to have that insight. Thanks, everybody.